of the People, COP on Wheels, rolled into Faizabad on Saturday, the 24th of March, with a very powerful team of COP activists, including political leader Prakash Ramada, Chairman Joe Tony, Deputy Political Leader Dr. Anirudh Mahabir, Deputy Political Leader Anna Maria Mora, Mahendra Daniram, Mr. Valence Rambarat, Bishop Roddy Taylor, the Chairman of the Labray constituency, Mr. Cletus Peters, and several other top activists from the Congress of the People. The journey started at the Avocat Junction and went throughout the Faizabad constituency, including several areas affected by the planned construction of the new highway between San Fernando and Point Fortin. Many of the residents aired their concerns about the proposed construction and offered alternate routes for this very important development in the infrastructure in the South Trinidad. Here are some of the highlights.
My name is Kurna Kamkarawan. For the past 50 years, we have been looking for water inside this Mauritius, which is the extension. And I always getting promises that all the MPs are passed, and it never materialized. I went to Prakash Ramada and meeting in Avocat, where the safety office is. And he had promised me that he is going to get out water from me to take it to Parliament. And he did so. And I get water. Right now, we have water flowing. Everybody is happy.
My name is Alfred Sukal. I'm a resident of Mauritius. Right now we are here in Mauritius. I'm standing in the facilities of the orphanage, the Adona Home for Orphans. This is a building that has been earmarked for demolition for the construction of the proposed highway from San Fernando to Point Fortin. And like we keep updating, this is in one of the facilities in this area. Like I said, is earmarked for demolition. The infrastructure work that has gone into this building here is over $5 million. And that funds came basically from contribution. No government have any input into this. And the thing about it is that when you look at a beautiful building and the purpose it was going to be serving for the homeless and the orphans in this country, and to have this earmarked for demolition, I mean, it's a sad case. It's a red letter day for us in this country. What our priorities are in this country? Is it human life? Is it buildings? Is it mega projects? Those are the things we keep questioning. Is it human values? Is it communities? We're talking about communities that have been built here by people with old sweat and tears. And you know, these are the kind of thing we keep questioning, is that who are making decisions? Is it going to be for political reasons? Is it going to be for personal gains? Or is it really for the development of the country? And I ask the development of the country in what way? And that's a sad situation. Which are the priorities in this country right now? Whilst I agree that some people may want development and changes, this is not the price to be paid for that type of development. There are other alternatives, there are other ways in which this particular highway, we keep advocating to have this highway rerouted from Debe to Mondesi across the Caroni M2 Ring Road. And as our position, we are saying reroute. When you do that, you're going to be saving over 13 communities. You're going to be saving orphanages, you're going to be saving temples and mosques education along the way. If you're talking about communities that have been built up for hundreds of years, you're talking about archaeological sites in Banwari Trace. Those are the kind of things that, you know, you're talking about price of progress? No. Money can't really pay for those things.
There are two highways that is going to Point Fortin. I need to stress on that. Two highways, right? One that starts from Dumfries Road and goes in by the Mosquito Creek there and by Paris Suites and goes down to St. Mary's Junction and then goes down to Point Fortin. Now, there's another highway, Mr. Ramada, that is part that they propose to pass through 30 communities, and these 30 communities are already empowered communities. We have, I know you're driving through the area, you're seeing that we have schools, we have places of worship, we have small business, we have a contractor, Joken contractor that helps, that makes employment for over 1,100 people in the area, right? And we have to look at these things. We can't just come to destroy a community to build another one. That is not leading to sustainable development, is it? We are fighting for what is ours. There are prime agricultural lands in Gopi Trace. Over 1,000 acres of prime agricultural lands that is going to be destroyed by this highway. Now, our Honorable Minister from agriculture. He spoke about lessening the food import bill by $4 billion. Now, how do you plan on doing that? You can't destroy what little prime agricultural lands that we have left in Trinidad and Tobago. You can't depend on a mega farm, right? How the people in this area, they basically survive on sustainable subsistence farming. We have few commercial farmers, right? But this is how people go about living, right? There's a livelihood. They send their children to school, children to university, right? My entire family, everyone here went to university, and it's because of what our grandfather left for us, land. Land is a great thing.
At present, when we have heavy rains, even for one day, it takes about 3 to 5 days for water from Barrackpore and those areas to flow out to the Gunino River.
Exactly.
3 to 5 days. No, and that is surface runoff,
yeah.
Right? Open surface runoff. Now when you put an embankment about 6 to 12 feet in height in some areas, what is going to happen? That water will take about a month to leave Barrackpore to reach out to the Gunino River. That's what we are saying. Because if a few culverts cannot replace open, surface runoff, I mean, that's common sense. You do not need an engineer to tell you that.
Yeah.
And we are a signatory to the Ramsar Convention, which is the preservation of wetlands.
Yeah.
And right now, by running this highway through these wetlands, we're destroying fauna and all those things. By building one highway to point,
exactly.
The money is saved in compensation, the over $2 billion. And the money you save in building this part of the highway through wetlands, which will be the most expensive part, Point to get their hospital. So you have a highway to Point, a hospital, and you fix all the connecting roads. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, and
so it's a win-win situation.
And there we have a review of COP on Wheels that took place in Faizabad on Saturday, 24th March 2012. And Nigel, we see our political leader, our deputy political leaders, Ms. Anna Maria Mora, as well as Dr. Anyud Mahabir, were in attendance along with other members of our national executive.
Yes, many, of course, we had a lot of activists there as well. And what we saw was a very passionate discussion. Clearly, what it is that is going on is that the highway from Point Fortin to San Fernando is causing a bit of concern with residents in the area. And we know
we've heard of this before, where consultation with the members of the public who are going to be affected by this highway, they've raised several issues. Their land, and we know land is pride and joy to a lot of people, a lot of individuals.
Yes, exactly.
And agriculture came up. This is agricultural land, which is a source of living for a lot of these constituents. And you're hearing their heartfelt cries. And we wonder, and we raise the issue again, has consultation taken place with the members of these constituencies before you draft a highway, you make plans for a highway to pass through their communities? It's always a very difficult thing to try to balance sustainable development with community development and the things that are important to communities. It's difficult for governments to try to do this and develop and to try to balance and equate the construction of a highway and weigh the pros and cons with what is important for communities and the people that live in communities. We do know at the end, sometimes there is a cost, as we mentioned during our little break, that there always comes a cost to development. Always is a cost to development. And the pros and cons that goes with it, and sometimes we do have to lose a little and give up a little for us to have a bigger future, a bigger and brighter future then. And with progress, there definitely comes some compromise. Definitely, and we hope that at the end of this, that the citizens in that area would be able to compromise with what is going on, and hopefully that we might be able to get a nice balance between both of them. Definitely, and as we mentioned, this took place in Faizabad, and we like to remind our members and our constituents that every weekend, every week, members of the National Executive of the Congress of the People will be coming to constituencies near you. So if you would like us to visit our constituency, feel free, call us, let us know, call our Operations Center, yes, Renaissance House, COP Cup Corner, Flagship House, our main offices, and let us know what's going on in your community, and that you would like us to come visit your community and know all that's taking place, highlight your progress, and raise the relevant issues that are taking place in your community.
Yes, it's important that we know your concerns, because it's only when we know your concerns we can actually put things in place to try to alleviate them.
You know, that's the whole point of having COP on wheels, so that we can go into your communities, know what's affecting you, so that we can take steps to correct these little errors. There may be some little errors that we can fix. But as Nigel mentioned, we won't know what's taking place and what you need until you let us know.
Exactly.
Now, we know that a lot has been going on, as we mentioned, and COP has been celebrating with the national public.
Yes, we have.
Today, we, as the Congress of the People, celebrated Shelter Baptist Liberation Day at the St. Augustine Senior Secondary School. Celebration started at 4 p.m. this afternoon, so unfortunately, we do not have any video highlights just yet to share with you. But we promise you that in our next show, we will be highlighting all the celebrations that took place today. But Nigel, we know that celebrations with the national public is not something that's new to the Congress of the People.
The Congress of the People has always partaken in celebrations with the people. Pagua, classic one.
We had a lot of fun for Pagua this year and all the several years before that.
Diwali, Christmas.
And Christmas, we know we put on a grand celebration, and we even had our carnival celebrations this year.
Exactly, Juve.
A couple of shows ago, we highlighted all the Juve fun that took place in St. Augustine, and we know that that was just, St. Augustine is just one of the constituencies. It's growing, and every year we promise to put on a really grand show.
True.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be highlighting some of the Easter celebrations that took place today in the St. Augustine community.
We'll be right back.